14th of September 2019. Welcome to Salam Immigration. The topic today is the list of documents required for a spouse visa application. Uh, the other video that has been uploaded for your convenience was the basic requirements of a spouse visa. Now, while meeting those requirements, there has to be evidence that they have been met, not just assertion, not just saying that yes, I meet the requirements, I have this, I have that. You have to provide documentary evidence. All the documents should be originals. Nowadays, with the uploading of documents and provisions like that, the procedure is a bit different now and it's changing every now and then. With the uploading, the originals are not to be provided, but the scanned copies are uploaded, so you keep the originals with you. You don't send it to them. The Home Office have been losing documents, so it is better than before that they have done away with insisting on the originals while making entry clearance applications. For the documentation, as you know, we need to prove that there is a marriage. If there is a marriage, then a marriage certificate in itself is sufficient evidence that there is a legal marriage. The marriage certificate should be one which is registered. If it doesn't show on the face of it that it is registered, then there will be a problem. Similarly, if the marriage is by proxy, that raises problems. In some countries, there is proxy marriage where both the parties are not present at the marriage registration. So this is another gray area, and it has to be seen that the marriage is still a valid marriage. If it is an unmarried relationship, unmarried partnership, then in that case, proof of cohabitation of 2 years is required. Less than 2 years is not considered as a partner relationship. So the cohabitation can be in the UK in the past. The cohabitation can be overseas where the other partner applicant is living. So for the proof, it can be utility bills, it can be bank statements addressed to uh, each of them or jointly to them. Similarly, there can be tenancy agreement, there can be other pieces of correspondence. Mainly official correspondence is more reliable and things like that. For the marriage to be subsisting, some chat history and travel history has to be provided. So print out of chat history, print out of some communications or the telephone cards that have been purchased and used for making telephone calls. They will all uh, form a, form evidence of communication. It's important that communication is regular. Sometimes there is a lot of communication. People do chat a lot, whether it is Skype history or whether it's WhatsApp or whatever it is. But it has to be something like uh, a continuous one. But you don't have to provide all of it. You can be selective, like some pieces from one month, some pieces from the second one, third one. So it can be a selection and a mix of various modes of communication. With the visits, these can be evidenced by the stamps on the passport, which show that you have been visiting the overseas partner. And if there are some hotel bills or bills of holiday together to show that the visit was in fact for the purpose of being together with the other partner, that will help a little more. For accommodation, if it is owned by the sponsor here in the UK, then a title deed, photocopy or whatever, uh, is good. If it is subject to a mortgage, then a mortgage statement is required to show that the property is secure and is available for the overseas applicant to come and live in. It's not something which is going to be repossessed, so that the Home Office can satisfy themselves that the mortgage payments are being made. If the property is not uh, owned and it is rented, then a tenancy agreement would be required, and with the tenancy agreement, some proof of payment of rent. It can be rent receipts and also entries in the bank statement of the sponsor where the rent is going out from. Then we need to have something to show the accommodation. As I said, it can be a report from the council, it can be a report from the estate agent, it can be from a surveyor or a solicitor who would uh, list down the particulars of the property, the particulars of the accommodation, number of rooms, nature of rooms, and the nature of the property, and that it is in a habitable state, and also that it will not be overcrowded by the inclusion of the migrant from abroad, and it gives the details of the persons and their ages who are already living there, so that the proper calculation is done. How many units do these people uh, equate to, and how much is permissible for the number of living space or rooms is there. If there is any money transfer between the two, like the sponsor in the UK, if he or she is sending money to the overseas applicant, that is also a strong point showing that there is a real relationship between the two of them. Sometimes the photographs of the two of them or with their families together and holidaying parties is also evidence that there is a genuine relationship going on. And if there is something like some photographs from the wedding registration party or the wedding reception, that will also help prove that there is a relationship between the two of them, a genuine and subsisting relationship. So these are the major documents that are required, but there can be specific documents for specific circumstances. Like if any one of them was married before, then the decree absolute or an equivalent thereof from the overseas would be required to show that the parties were both free to marry, even if they have had been married before or have had children before. So these are the major documents that are required. So it's not difficult to provide all these, but it is very important that uh, it should be properly provided, and good documentation is very important for a successful application. Thank you very much.